Penthouse rooftop with a ocean view. Oceanside with your boo, yeah, I'm on the move. Ooh, I gotta get it. Ooh, I'm gonna get it.
It's not a ZO2.
Only rapping ZO2s. No, rapping ZO2s.
No promo whatsoever.
What you mean, man?
No
Pay
promo
respect and
from
play your
Lonzo
dudes.
Ball.
Man, shout out to my nigga Lonzo,
No,
bro.
that's not the thing.
Best rapper in the NBA, bro.
Besides Damian
Look
Lillard,
at Dame Dollar.
Dame will bar this nigga.
A Dame Dollar is counterfeit.
Oh, Bagley also raps. Marvin Bagley also raps.
Marvin Bagley is better than Lonzo.
It's not better
No,
than
he's not.
Lonzo.
No.
Definitely better than
Didn't say that to
No,
disrespect my boy Lonzo.
Yeah, no, quit disrespecting, bro.
Yeah.
Stop. My nigga be going
Dame
Super
Dollar is
Saiyan.
definitely better than Lonzo Ball.
A Dame Dollar is counterfeit.
A Dame Dollar is better on the court
That
and
is-
in the studio.
That is boof
than
money.
Lonzo Ball.
That's boof money.
What is
Nobody
that
want that.
Lonzo Ball?
It make him a solid piece of change.
The best rapper / hooper is Kobe. He had a
Kobe
verse.
B.
You never heard his verse?
I did hear it.
Hear it. Unfortunately.
We're not just gonna disrespect Shaq like that.
He did have a whole last album, didn't
And
he?
he
He did
did
have
whoop
a-
Dame Dollar's ass in a rap battle that should have never
I
happened.
forgot about
That
that.
should have never
He
happened.
did have a big verse.
He did smack Dame Dollar around in a rap battle that should have never happened.
I don't know that
But
happened.
somebody is ultra sensitive about everything, so.
I don't know that
Look
happened.
at him emotional.
They had a beef. They had a rap beef.
Did they have a beef?
They had a rap beef.
Or was the nigga crying like
They had
he
a
usually
tiff.
did?
They had a tiff.
I don't know that Dame lost that, first of all.
You don't? From the fact that he was forced to respond, 3 times, I think the fact that at least acknowledges the fact that it's competitive. And if you competitive with a nigga who made one rap album and you supposed to be the best rapper in the NBA, that's you punching down.
Verse, bruh.
You're punching
He had a
down.
big verse, bruh.
You're punching down.
He ain't punching down that much.
And the world's
Definitely
Carl
punching down.
Thomas. He's in motion now.
That's an L for the person who's supposed to be
The nigga.
The nigga, yeah, the upper level rapper.
Anyway, it's recess. Back of the bus squad, back at it again
So
with another
disappointed.
episode. With your boy DJ Reams Dope,
You're
Marcus Too Raw,
Yo,
and your boy Josh aka JTG. Main topics, since we're already talking about it, the NBA is back.
NBA is
officially biting
Sure.
adult AAU.
Dog, AAU.
I just saw a video clip of some AAU kids playing, and they were like literally not even hooping. Like they were just dunking. It was like a dunk contest, and they all missed the dunks.
That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame.
Like I don't know if it was like a blowout by this point, so they just weren't playing.
So they just
Oh, it was a game, but it just looked like a layup line.
So
Like they were literally lining up at the baseline and just going in for dunks.
imagine going to your kid's game and these niggas was losing and they decided to turn it into a competition.
That's basically what it was.
Oh, that's-
nobody
What
was
the fuck
playing.
is this? You know, fuck it. Play me.
Pops
Play
took-
me.
Pops took off the jump and put on his tight ass jersey.
The pull away hands.
That is crazy.
Hell yeah.
He been waiting for this the whole season.
Whole season, my nigga.
He got the short shorts and the high socks,
The goggles.
the Converses,
Y'all thought y'all was just gonna run off on him, huh?
the
I
goggles.
thought y'all was just gonna,
Looking
just
like
gonna
Spice
take
Adams.
off on us, huh?
Just like Spice Adams.
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
No,
Spice
real.
Adams is hilarious,
He
dog.
is.
That nigga is next level funny.
Mhm.
Shout out to
He is.
Spice Adams.
For sure. The Lakers not doing too bad. Well, they're 1-1 in the bubble, but
We're 5 games up in the West. I ain't worried about dropping no games in no regular season.
I mean, I guess.
And the game that we did win was against the next closest team. So that just puts another game in between us and them.
Without Lemon Pepper Lou.
What does that mean? We don't have Avery Bradley.
Lemon Pepper
or
Lou is a
Rondo.
whole another level above it.
Why? What Avery Bradley provides for us on the defensive end, Lou provides for them on the offensive end.
Lou Will is definitely scoring at least 25 on Avery Bradley.
On Avery Bradley directly?
On Lakers point guard.
Yeah,
Oh, I
stop.
was about to say.
I was about to
Lakers
say stop.
point guard.
First of all, Avery Bradley is a Lakers starter. He guards the other team's best player, best perimeter player. So he's spending time on Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Lou Will.
Okay.
It's a little bit more. Kuzma can give you 20 off the bench. Waiters can give you 20 off the bench. It's a whole bunch of niggas that can go get you 20 points off the bench.
But what happens when LeBron and AD are only scoring 15 each?
I mean,
They lose
LeBron
to
scored
the
16 in the
Raptors.
comeback game, and I think we won.
They lose to the Raptors.
He scored 16 in the first game, and we won.
Yikes.
But AD scored what? 30?
He scored 32 through the first 3 quarters and scored 2 in the fourth.
So when both of them are only scoring 14, 15, then what happens?
How often is that going to happen?
I don't know.
How often is it going to be that LeBron James and Anthony Davis both score points in the teens?
I can't tell the future.
Nah, it's not going to happen very often.
I was about to say,
It's not going to happen very often.
Anyway, TJ Warren went off last night.
Who?
TJ Warren, who got traded from the Phoenix Suns for cash
Is that
consideration.
Elizabeth Warren's nephew or something?
No, it's the man who scored 53 points.
What team is this?
The Pacers.
Really?
Scored 53 on the Sixers.
TJ Warren is not that guy. Like, that's an L for the Sixers.
Honestly.
How you let TJ Warren get 50? So when I seen, because at halftime of the game last night, it was like, oh yeah, somebody went off for 50 from Indiana. And I was like, oh, that's probably Oladipo. No.
Hell no.
No. TJ goddamn Warren. At very least, Miles Turner. Not TJ goddamn Warren.
That nigga was playing
3s, 9
2K.
threes?
Something like that.
TJ was playing 2K the night before. He was feeling good with them green beans, dog.
No, they was out there bullshitting. The 76ers was out there bullshitting.
Shout out to my nigga Bobo.
Bobo?
Bobo, we should have
Bobo. I
drafted
forgot
him.
about that. Yeah.
I love
Everybody.
Talon Horton Tucker, but we should have drafted Bobo.
A lot of
We
niggas-
should have got him.
Niggas look past Bobo.
Yeah.
Because we not even doing nothing with Talon right now.
But
Like,
you're
he
not the
just,
only ones who skipped on Bobo.
Everybody did.
we were in a perfect position to draft a project, and we got Talon Horton Tucker, which he's an okay player. But like a 7-foot shooting guard with handling skills,
Yeah.
Dime a dozen.
dog, you should have took Bobo.
You should have. You should have.
Y'all can go back in the archives for this one. I was definitely vying for them to either get Bobo or Taco Fall.
And Taco Fall's another nigga that's getting slept on, man. Celtics need to let him go.
I don't know why they don't let him play. Y'all niggas got
Yeah.
Tice and what's dude's name? Fucking damn it.
I can't do it either.
What is his name? Now that's gonna bother me. 11. Don't play no defense, but he get buckets on offense. Damn.
Number 11 on the Celtics?
Yeah, the backup center.
Can't do it.
Shit, he was just
I
racing
haven't seen the Celtics play in a
Marcus
while.
Smart in the pool, in the bubble. What the fuck is his name?
Kent?
I'm gonna look it up now because that's bothering me.
It's
But
not
yeah,
Kent,
like
is it?
Oh, yeah. Is it?
Cancer.
Kansas, in his cancer. In his cancer. Like, I understand, like, y'all got scoring forwards. That's what you got Tyson and Cancer for. But, like, they not going to hold it down in the middle. Like, if y'all run up against the 76ers or against the Raptors, y'all have a problem inside.
That's what I'm
Y'all
saying.
going to have an issue inside. Why don't y'all
Yeah.
let Taco Fall play?
I don't know. Melo and OT was looking pretty good as well. OT had a couple threes at the end there.
Mm-hmm. You had a chance to win it at the end.
Three
But,
to
you know, whatever. I mean, they ended up pulling out the win.
Yeah. And actually, LeBron was playing good D at the end of the Clippers game too.
Like on both of them niggas.
I'll give him
Plans
that.
on both of them.
I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
Where you going, Kawhi? Where you going? Put this grown man weight on you. Where you going? Oh, you getting up to Paul? What's up, Paul? You don't want none of this. Back to Indiana, nigga. Back to
Oh,
Indiana.
come on,
Yeah,
man.
Kawhi was looking stressed
I
out.
ain't never
He
seen
was
that
looking
happen.
stressed. Yeah, he was looking stressed. He had LA Bron on him. He had LeBron on him. You feel me?
LeBron.
He had LeBron, nigga.
Nah, it's
That's
Delroy.
a different Bron.
That's Delroy right there.
LA Bron, that's a different animal.
That's Delroy's son.
I also wanted to talk a little bit about Jonathan Isaac.
Woo!
Decided
Let's flame him.
not to kneel with literally everybody else in the league. I don't think there's anybody else who's
He
not.
didn't wear a t-shirt either.
Myers Leonard is
Myers
not.
Leonard didn't kneel. Myers Leonard didn't kneel because his brother served in Afghanistan, and somehow that keeps you from being able to protest police brutality because you can't protest police brutality when you have family members in the military.
When niggas have said on the surface a gazillion times.
Don't say the quiet part out loud. Don't say the quiet part out loud.
I mean, you can't at least just be with your teammates.
He didn't even put on the
They're
t-shirt.
also-
He did not wear the t-shirt.
Myers Leonard is Myers Leonard. I'm not. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like if at this point, if that's still what you're talking about, then that's
You
purposeful.
missed it.
Yeah,
You
no,
missed
it's purposeful because
Agreed.
that's been explained, it's been rehashed, it's been debunked.
Right.
If you're still saying that, you're doing it on purpose.
You
So
are out.
I'm ignoring you. I'm
Never
ignoring
mind.
Myers Leonard.
Yeah, at this point you are out.
Jonathan Isaac.
I believe through healing through God. I believe all things are possible through Jesus Christ. And I just don't think that wearing t-shirts and taking knees is going to help. Sometimes we all have bad things that we do, and then we get to pointing the finger. And, I just believe in healing through Jesus Christ.
Pause. And he plays for Orlando.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You are in Florida where this should be happening the most, and you're saying that ignorance? Man, get the fuck out of here.
I want niggas like him to just shut the fuck up and get out the way.
Yeah.
Like, just leave, bro. I don't want to hear it. Go stand in the back, but don't make a statement by not kneeling.
Yeah.
Like Myers Leonard is one thing.
But you got
Jonathan Isaacs is a whole nother thing.
Facts.
Why do they even if you have a different opinion on the tactics of how people are protesting, if you truly believe in the direction, in the message, in the idea of Black Lives Mattering, why do you continue to give outs for people who don't want to see that happen? Why do you continue to open up avenues to explain away people's ignorance towards this matter? Your liking of Jesus or God or whoever the fuck that you think was keeping you from putting on that t-shirt or taking a knee has nothing to do with what we talk about, bro. What does God have to do with protesting police brutality? What does all of us having our own evils that we have to atone for have to do with you protesting police brutality? Either you believe it should be protested or not. Don't give me some bullshit that don't even make sense about how we point the finger at each other in between the races. What the fuck? So I point the finger back at you because racist cops kill unarmed black people all the time, and then they point the finger back at me saying what? Saying what? What is the finger coming back at me being pointed for? Like elaborate, nigga. So I'm out here pointing the finger at cops shooting and killing unarmed black people, and they're pointing the finger back at me saying what? What was your purpose of even saying that? What was your purpose of bringing God into this? Don't use God as an out. Go ahead and say all lives matter, since that's what you think.
Yep.
Since that's what you out here preaching pretty much, and you just didn't want to get around to fucking saying it, get up there, hit 20 of these, and say all lives matter.
Say it with your chest.
Facts.
The fuck on with this shit. I'm so tired of people like, all right, if you don't agree, you don't agree. You don't have to speak on it. You don't have to come out here and try to decry the movement. You don't have to give the other side an out. There is an entire subset of people in this country who do not want to deal with this issue. And they look to motherfuckers like you and Terry Crews and everybody else to legitimize that feeling. See, there's a black who doesn't believe in that Black Lives Matter stuff. See, it's there, right there. They're in their own community. They don't all even believe in it. You giving credence to ignorance.
Mm-hmm. It's a damn shame.
You couldn't even articulate it well. It was so unthought. The idea of what you were trying to do was so bullshitty, for lack of a better term, since I'm all bent out of shape now. Like, you couldn't even articulate it. First it was about God, then it was about, well, we all have our problems, but I still believe that Black Lives Matter. Like, where you at? You all over the place, bro.
We don't know.
Go stand in the locker room.
He lost.
Go stand in the locker room. Don't stand there next to the others kneeling in almost in opposition to what they're doing.
Fam, you just take attention away from what the whole point is. The
Take
whole
away from the
mission
solidarity of your team.
There you go.
Now, for the net, until the Magic get booted out of the goddamn bubble, we're going to be talking about Jonathan Isaacs and the rift in the Magic.
Yeah, fam. Stupid ass nigga.
And it just doesn't make sense because, like, okay, you don't wear the shirt, you don't kneel, but you're also playing on a court that has prominently featured Black Lives Matter right on the court.
You're a nigga.
I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
That don't mean nothing, no. They don't. Some of these guys don't feel a special type of loyalty or there's no sense of tribalism towards their people. That doesn't mean anything to them.
That's a shame.
They haven't experienced the same things that they see on TV. They haven't felt it. It's not a reality to them in their life. So they're able to separate themselves from it and say, well, there's just a few bad apples. It happens, but it doesn't happen to everybody. It hasn't happened to me,
it doesn't happen
so obviously it's not happening. Yeah, it doesn't happen where I live, so it's not happening. I come from an affluent black family, right? I was taught, I had a great education. I was well off. I had all of these these benefits in my life that I was able to enjoy, and I'm black. So why can't everybody else have that? Why can't everybody else just do that? I go to the hood all the time, and they don't look like they care about their own lives. Like, they're able to distance themselves from their own blackness. So I don't even look at it as, well, damn, you black. You should be standing with black people in their plight if you believe in what they're saying. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be out here trying to distract or to give an avenue for people who don't want to deal with this to not deal with it. Yeah,
that's my whole thing that pisses me off about that. You're taking away from the whole point, and it's selfish.
Yeah. It's absolutely selfish. It's absolutely selfish. Absolutely. Because again, your disagreement with the tactics, if you believe in the message, should not put you in opposition with the movement, the greater movement as a whole.
That part. Exactly.
I want to take a detour from how we planned it, and since the conversation kind of lent itself to it, co-producer of What's Poppin', XO Tour Life, and some other songs that I would have had no idea that he co-produced if I didn't look it up, J.W. Lucas decided to tweet some really just wrong shit. About
and it was
Breonna
unprovoked.
Taylor.
It was unprovoked.
Completely unprovoked.
Okay.
He decided to say that Breonna Taylor was out here dating drug dealers, and that we shouldn't be out here protesting for her, despite the fact that the cops were completely wrong in this case. Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. And then he decided to have a discussion with Tamika Mallory, or did Tamika Mallory initiate that conversation?
I think they got on live, or she got on his live, or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
They ended up on IG Live together.
And he said something along the lines of that he would be a better person to lead the revolution than she would.
Extremely racist for a white man to try to tell black people what we are doing, where we need to go, what our issues are.
That is part of the gated institutional narrative. Tamika, I should be a leader in the Black Lives Matter movement because I'm more capable than you. I'm more capable.
Really? All right.
Yes, I am.
You know what? Here's what
you don't understand.
Thoughts?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's all I have to say. There's not much more to say, because who are you? Who gave you this pedestal? Who gave you the right? Who gives you the gall to even speak on any of our issues? Just because you just tiptoed your little punk ass into our culture and you made a couple of hits for some niggas, did a couple whatever, you're not notable, you're not credible, fam. You irrelevant, my nigga. Keep your comments to yourself.
When we start handing out them black cards, white boys can get familiar.
No, they get comfortable. Not even familiar. They get comfortable.
They get real comfortable. They get a little too comfortable.
Yeah.
And so, like, I've seen this happen a couple of times where, like, even guys like Bill Maher, you get a little bit too familiar, you get a little too comfortable,
Get too ahead of yourself.
and then you let something slip that you wasn't supposed to let slip.
Yeah. And you don't got a nigga there to check you. You don't got nobody there to check you.
Now I got to snatch your card away and address you as such. So, J.W. Lucas, I believe the words in the tweet were, I don't understand why people are fighting for justice for Breonna Taylor. He did acknowledge that what the cops did was wrong, but he didn't understand why people were fighting for justice for Breonna Taylor because she was dating multiple drug dealers and allowed them to use her house as a trap spot. So let's unpack it a bit. The police showed up to Breonna Taylor's house in the dead of night in unmarked cars, not wearing uniforms, and they didn't announce themselves as police officers.
Already wrong, as is.
When Breonna Taylor's boyfriend realized that there were people approaching the house that he did not see as law enforcement, he opened fire on them. They fired back into the house, killing Breonna Taylor. The person that the cops were looking for, because we addressed this before, but it seems like we need to keep saying it.
In case
the
you forgot.
person that they were looking for was not Breonna Taylor, and she was already in custody, had been for hours. Already in custody. You're serving a no-knock warrant out of uniform in unmarked vehicles without announcing yourself as law enforcement, and the bag of it all is that the person that you're looking for is already in jail. It was not a justified kill. It was an illegal entry. The state has banned no-knock warrants now, and still the cops haven't been arrested. There is no amount of bad that Breonna Taylor could be doing that takes away her Sixth Amendment right of no illegal search and seizure. End of discussion. I don't know what the fuck, I don't know what this thing about of blaming the people that have died for being bad people is.
Pulling up their history.
I don't get that.
Ain't got nothing to do with nothing in that moment, fam.
Breonna Taylor could be a fucking Nazi for all they care. It doesn't give you the right. It does not give you the right to be an executioner, to execute a hit on somebody that you're supposed to be looking for. I don't give a fuck if she was cooking crack on the stove when they shot her. You don't have a right. You do not have the right. It doesn't matter. What you talking about don't even matter, let alone it being factual. Who the fuck are you? Where your antennas at? Who you tapped into to know that information?
Yeah.
Or are you just shooting off at the mouth on some shit that you heard?
Yeah.
Or are you just talking out the side of your neck on some shit that you heard?
Or for some assumptions that you think you know that you don't know nothing about.
I know her dude wasn't no drug dealer. The one that was attempting to protect her. Mm-hmm. He wasn't no drug dealer. Deal with the facts. What are you coming out of here? What are you coming out of your neck for talking about Breonna Taylor and what she had going on? There's no evidence to support anything that you're talking about in regards to her. And then on top of that, even if it was true, that's still a reason to fight for her constitutional right to not be illegally searched or seized. Because if one person's rights are violated, all of our rights are violated. If they can take the worst person in America and violate their constitutional rights, they can do the same thing to you. That is why you fight for Breonna Taylor. Let's get beyond the race shit, because clearly that's so hard for everybody to understand. Mm-hmm. Let's get beyond all of the emotion of it. The fact of the matter is they illegally entered that house. Period. There's nothing else to say. They've already been fired, or at least one of them has already been fired. Mm-hmm. So even the law enforcement in that state has acknowledged that they did something unlawful by firing that officer. What are you confused about? And if you're confused, shut the fuck up and be confused in silence. Don't get on Twitter and ask people why they fighting for justice for Breonna Taylor, bro. Now, the second part of that, you talking to Tamika Mallory, I will smack fire out your mouth if I ever see you for talking to Tamika Mallory like that. Don't ever fix your lips to say that you will lead us doing anything. You don't lead me nowhere. You don't lead me or any of mine to shit. Don't you ever fix your mouth to somebody like Tamika Mallory and say that you're a better leader than her. And any artist that was contemplating working with this dude, rethink it. Because the next time I see that nigga's name pop up on somebody else writing, producing credits, I'm looking at you. You suspect. Yeah. You suspect as fuck.
Career's done for.
You're a suspect.
Yeah.
Dude, like if anybody was had this dude on their radar or was paying attention to him because of the Jack Harlow song or whatever he was out here doing, X him out. Stop dealing with him. I don't know where he got the confidence or the idea that he was okayed to even have this conversation.
That it's just the nerve. It's the nerve that you have, fam. Like, who are you? Who do you think you are that you can just?
Who are you?
Yeah, who just gave you the right to come up here and say what you're saying right now? Whose man's is this? Ain't
Jack Harlow's.
Ain't nobody gonna sign him.
That's Jack Harlow's man. That's the sneak disher's name, or the dry snitcher's name.
You know what I mean? The only person who's co-signing this after this is 6ix9ine. It's the only person I can see doing that shit.
Go fuck with him.
Yeah,
go fuck with him. Two birds of a feather.
On to better news. Pat Mahomes bought a piece of the Kansas City Royals with that $503 million check he got.
Right, Mahomes.
Bag Mahomes.
Money Mahomes. Bag Mahomes.
I'm sure the pod would love to give that man a dub.
Yeah, I think before we even get there, let's give him that W. Mm-hmm. For that fat ass contract and that fat ass deal afterwards. Shout out to you, my brother.
He may not have gotten drafted, or did he get drafted? He might have gotten drafted by some MLB team. before he got drafted in the NFL?
That happens a lot. I do think he was a dual sport player at Kansas State.
Kansas love that boy.
That's a dub, man. That's a dub because we was talking about it a little bit before the pod. It's like, I don't see how you could possibly live up to that contract. 10 years, $500 million.
Yeah.
Like, you would have to go out there and win 5.
Yeah.
Out of the 10 years. For
Consecutive?
that to make sense. Consecutive. I don't know if they're going to 5 in a row. But you would have to because, I mean, shit, Tom Brady won 6. And that nigga ain't getting no $500 million in one contract.
Very true.
So, like, basically what you're saying by giving him that money is, like, he's going to exceed any expectations that we could previously have set for any quarterback. So, this making that move ensures that he's putting that guaranteed portion of that contract to good use. It's going to continue to make him money beyond whatever happens for the rest of his NFL career.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man.
Bullshit.
Because, I mean, the last couple quarterbacks that got them 10-year deals, Dante Culpepper, Vic,
Favre. Or did Favre get one? Yeah, I think
Favre got one. It's
and,
like
McNabb got one.
I was gonna say McNabb got one. Yeah. Campbell super ass nigga.
You know what I mean? My nigga Favre is still out here doing Wrangler commercials trying to get the check. So, and arthritis bands.
Yeah, arthritis bands. I got one of those for my knee and shit.
It definitely don't work out for black quarterbacks though.
You know, so I mean, I'm glad he got the bag. I think he is top tier quarterback in the league, probably the best quarterback right now. I wouldn't know because I don't watch the NFL, but I'm told he's the best quarterback in the league right now. And definitely a dub for reinvesting it.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow's never promised. You have no idea what's going to happen with that.
Make you money, fam. That's what I just learned.
Use that bag to ensure that regardless of what happens for the duration of the NFL, you know, because they sure are acting like they about to have a season. So what happens if they don't have a season and they have to tear up their collective bargaining agreement the same way the NBA was threatening to do with theirs? Then that whole $500 million ain't looking too good, but at least you still got part ownership in the Royals.
Right. Facts. You already got that deal.
Duh.
Speaking of bullshit, the new versus battle is going to be Rick Ross versus 2 Chainz. Since we always make predictions, what we got?
I love Titty Boy. Ooh, but it's gotta be Ross.
That's a tough one.
It is tough. Tough.
I'm giving it a tie.
It's gonna be a tie.
I give it a tie.
For 20 songs, I feel like it could be a tie.
Niggas are sleeping on 2 Chainz, fam. Niggas are forgetting what he's done for us in the last decade. And there's no shot to Rick Ross.
And then his features, like he's got Mercy, he's got a few features that just.
And it's just the thing about it is.
But it is Ross.
I'm ready to hear those stories because you know niggas are saying that Ross, all his shit is fabricated. I know 2 Chainz got it out. I know 2 Chainz got it out the mouth for a fact.
Oh yeah,
Ross,
no, he was the plug.
2
Chainz was legit the plug.
Oh yeah.
Ask Steven Jack about the pack.
Steven Jack, Iverson,
Wayne.
That's how he got over.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, I'm ready to hear some of them stories. I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations have exceeded. So.
Oh, you didn't hear statute of limitations? It definitely exceeded.
That's what I'm saying.
Definitely.
What song is Ross gonna put up against Duffelbag Boy?
The Boss.
Is that gonna hit as much though?
Or if we're thinking of like early era, I would say
Hustling.
I think I'm beating Meech.
Okay.
Larry Hoover.
Yeah.
Whipping work. Hallelujah.
One Nation.
My other question is, how is he gonna set up the song with Jay-Z? Like he's gonna obviously play a Jay-Z feature.
Who is Ross? Yeah.
So how is he gonna set
and
that up?
that's literally the only thing that 2 Chainz is still begging for.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see Rick
give
Ross,
me my whole verse so I can cap off this career.
Rick Ross is definitely setting it up like, you know, when bosses link, it's something major every
It's
time.
something special. Shout out my boy.
Special.
He gonna call him by his first name.
Oh man, it's gonna be a movie though. It's definitely gonna be.
You know why I think this is interesting though? I think it's going to open up a floodgates because this is the first time we see the verses with 2 currently relevant rappers. So Chris Breeze, hey.
Yeah, nah, you gotta do it now.
Come on, Breeze. Like, if Ross and 2 Chainz can do one, you can do one with Usher, bro.
Oh, for sure.
You can do one with Usher. Now it's okay, because somebody did it first. It's so funny how these niggas is acting so high school.
So bougie.
Like, somebody got to do it first for it to be okay.
Yeah.
So shout out to Chainz and Ross for being adults.
Yeah, for sure.
One, niggas got to put respect on Shad Moss's name. Because he got
Do we though?
more than 20 in the tub.
Do we have to?
Low key, just for the early 2000s, but also more importantly, pay respect to my nigga Soulja Boy. Because I see my nigga catching strays on the timeline.
Soulja versus Shad? I feel like that's one of them things that I wouldn't be able to look away from. Like, I don't want to see it, but like, I can't help it.
Soulja Boy had 20?
I said no, but niggas was
Soulja.
like, we're forgetting about some joints.
Like, I know he's got a few that's gonna hit.
He gonna be able to do all the crank dats?
Nah.
All the crank dats ain't necessary.
All the crank dats?
Nah. Do we have any good features?
Bingo.
I knew somebody.
Every time I'm bingo.
Was that a good
Tools
feature
on
for
deck.
him?
I ain't talking Home Depot.
No, man, I don't know if that's a good feature.
Shit, he
It's a
better
good
say
song.
that shit.
It's a good song.
Yeah, he better
good
say
song.
that shit.
Gucci bandana.
Gucci bandana.
Hey,
Gucci bandana was hard. I'll give
they
him.
did that shit together.
Uh-huh.
That was both of them. Okay,
It was
yeah.
Gucci, Shawty Low, and Soulja Boy. I think. Shawty Low was.
That wasn't no Gucci bandana.
You're thinking of Marco Polo. The tempo's
Marco
the same.
Polo.
Yeah.
The tempo's
There
the
you
same.
go.
Neither one of them should play Marco Polo.
They gotta play it and vibe together.
For shits and giggles, you got to.
That's number
Let's
20.
not.
That's number 20.
That's 21.
Let's not. Well, shit. W's and L's. Let's get it.
I'm going. Bet. Man, this is a week full of L's for all you muddy motherfuckers.
Yeah, you a hater?
Nah, it wasn't really a muddy week. I take it back. Last week was a muddy week with the horny niggas, but this week is more shame on you. I gotta give an L to my hometown, the Bronx. The Bronx Zoo has been apologizing for keeping a black man in a cage as an exhibit in 1906 or 1907.
That's
They
crazy.
issued an apology, yeah.
In what year?
1906 is what it
So
said.
just this past century.
Yeah, in the last century. So
What the
Bronx
fuck?
Zoo, y'all was bugging. You know what I'm saying? I always felt eerie about y'all being there as a kid. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta sit down for that one.
1907?
That's sick, isn't it?
That's just over 100 years ago. A little bit. It's 114.
Mm-hmm.
113.
Had a
God
black
damn.
man in a cage. That's sick.
Since we talking about my people and my
That's
heritage,
fucking nuts.
Do we have to check the Columbus Zoo just to make sure they ain't do some shit like that too?
we
How
won't
the fuck did they get that off?
Pull up on Jack Hanna,
have to.
ask some questions.
I got another L. My Jamaican people.
Oh shit.
I'm so disappointed, and I just don't understand. The Jamaican courts have declared and stated that school districts are within their rights to ban,
I see you.
kick out a student for not complying with the dress code with dreadlocks.
So they have to have dreadlocks?
That they have to cut them. They can kick a kid out for not cutting them. And it's like, you're in Jamaica.
Yeah, that's...
Rastafari, fam. Like, we this. And you telling me my kid can get kicked out?
Wait. So is there no religious protections in Jamaica?
There should be, but I feel like there should be a religious protection to counter this now.
Yeah, I'm saying, how do you, because that's, from my understanding, that's what the dreadlocks were. It's a religious thing. It's not
just
necessarily just a cultural thing. It's somebody's religion.
Thing.
It's like wearing a hijab if you're a Muslim faith.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I don't know.
And then my last L has to go to Sister No Name.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
I'll read this. We love an African aesthetic draped in capitalism. Hope we remember the black folks on the continent whose daily lives are impacted by U.S. imperialism. If we can uplift their imagery, I hope we can uplift those who will never be able to access it. Black liberation is a global struggle. This is off the hype of the Beyonce, what is it, The King is Lion King, Black is King special going on. So niggas have been dragging her. And it's like, fam,
Beehive been dragging her.
Shut the fuck up. That's about to be my new tagline for niggas. Shut the fuck up. You always got something negative to say, some bullshit you spewing. Know nothing about nothing. For what? Like, what was that comment necessary for? When you know what we're all watching.
I feel like I just don't like her delivery, man. Like, she has points. Because we were sitting down here watching it. We kind of dug into that, and it was like, all right, well, maybe it is a little bit of exploitation. On the other side, it's awareness. You know what I mean? You're bringing faces to American households that otherwise would have never been seen before. The underlying message is positive. Mm-hmm. It's bringing the story of Lion King, really the story of Hamlet, but it's telling it from an African perspective. Yeah. Aesthetically, I just don't see what's wrong with that. Now, we can dig into the semantics of the message and how it's being delivered, right? And then also talk about American imperialism, because that stretches down through Africa, all the way through South America, all the way across this world, right? So like, yeah, okay, we can have that conversation. I just don't feel like every time
now is not the time.
Attacking.
That's what I'm saying. Now is not the time for that, fam. Let's enjoy this.
Can we shoot that energy towards the American government, maybe, and maybe leave Beyonce out of it? I just feel like she doesn't want to have a conversation. She don't want to talk about this shit. She wants to shame people. Yeah, that's how it comes off. I can't speak to her actual intent, but that's how it looks a lot of times. Like, she wants to shame celebrities into doing better. Instead of like, yo, listen, come holla at me. Or let me reach out to your team so I can holla at you about this project that you're putting together, and let me tell you why I think that it's problematic.
She's an internet troll at this point.
It feels very trolly.
It's what niggas used to do back in the day before niggas had any type of quote-unquote clout or notoriety. It's like what we would do online in the early 2010s, 2012 era, where we would pick at certain celebrities to say certain shit for a response. Nigga, your page is verified. I'm pretty sure somebody within your camp
can reach out
to the people you need. I'm
like,
pretty sure you have
this isn't the way to go every time.
Yeah, this is not the way.
It didn't have to be public, because I don't honestly believe, regardless of what I felt about the project or the underlying issues with it, I don't feel like it was Beyonce's intent to exploit.
And you know she knows it wasn't.
I don't think she honestly believes that it was Beyonce's intent.
That's what I'm saying.
Exploit.
So like, stop it.
Yeah, it's better. I feel like there are better ways to go about it than the way that she does.
It's like a less ratchet, more educated Azalea Banks.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that to her.
I mean,
I ain't gonna do that.
That's definitely
that's a reach. That's a reach, but I feel you though.
You know what I mean? Like,
I feel you though.
Fishing for responses from celebrities.
Yeah.
Almost in a manner of.
I don't.
Like I said, way less.
Because that's speaking to No Name's intent. Because if you're comparing her to Azalea Banks, then she's intentionally saying these things for attention. I don't think that's where she's going.
She waited till this.
I just think she has poor delivery. Like, I'm not going to go as far as to say that she's trolling for attention. I think that's just her natural way of going about shit. But problematic as it is, I don't think that she's doing it just to get eyeballs.
But is it not problematic based off of when she's choosing to do it?
No. I didn't say it wasn't problematic. I'm just saying the intent of those two individuals are very different.
You know,
Azalea Banks is going out here just purely for attention. She's not trying to bring awareness to anything.
Azalea Banks also says more extreme shit. Like, fuck Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to necessarily put her in an Azalea Banks bag. I just feel like she can do better with getting her message across.
We can park about that one, because I feel like something else is gonna happen soon before this year is over.
Fair enough.
I'm with you there.
I don't want to catch a No Name straight out here.
I'm with both of y'all there, but I want to
catch a No Name straight.
I'm with both of y'all on this, because I feel like she's gonna say something else, and then that'll confirm where
we're going.
Just we gonna note this.
Fair enough. Bookmark it.
And then honestly, my only dub for the week is my nigga Loon getting out of jail after doing a 9-year bid.
I forgot about that.
You know what I'm saying? Welcome home, fam.
Loan free?
Yeah, loan free, dog.
We gonna have a conversation about Diddy and all his fucking artists and what happens to them.
Social media already had a conversation about that.
Yeah, have a conversation, but it's not enough.
Loon,
he has no shame.
G-Dep.
Diddy has no shame.
He's like the only nigga that survived out of all of that shit, and it's like, bro.
Mm-hmm. Moonshine, G-Dep, Mace went the church route. Big.
Niggas brought Craig Mack, but Craig Mack had heart problems. But they did say he was pushing him to do like another album or some shit before
some reunion shit or something.
Yeah.
Like why did everybody who started with you not finish with you? That's some eerie shit.
B5. I saw a post. My little cousin reposted something. So
B5 is crazy.
Where the fuck is Diddy Dirty Money? Kelly. Machine Gun.
I already knew once Machine Gun Kelly signed that we was never really going to hear from him again. We kind of did.
He hanging with Tone, man.
Still got Wild Boy. He hanging with Tone?
He hanging with Tone doing what he does. That's why Tone didn't come back, man.
He out there living his best life with MGK.
Hell no.
Work on Machine, bro.
It's me, Machine, and Haley.
Yep.
Yikes.
That's nuts. But yeah, that's...
Yikes.
I'm sorry, Haley really wasn't there. I was just playing. I was just playing.
You want to go or?
Yeah. I take it away. Let's start with L's. Sticking with this whole idea of niggas saying shit that they shouldn't say. Terry Crews is making another appearance on my L list.
Why?
Because he won't go the fuck away.
Did you see his acronym?
Yes, that's what this is about. This is what he's about. So this nigga made up an acronym for coon. He made up an acronym
I don't even want to hear it.
coon.
I don't want to hear it.
Stand that nigga.
Control your own. What is it? Control your own negativity.
Control one's own negativity.
Control one's own negativity.
Terry Coons.
Terry Coon Crews.
So is he trying to like make the word?
At this point, I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know what, why, how, where. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Terry.
Why does he think he's the guy to reappropriate the word coon?
That's my thing. Like, who died and left you in charge of like?
Who elected you?
As spokesperson for
Who
niggas?
in the black delegation gave you the okay?
I know I didn't.
Bro.
Coon. That's
Just
what he
go
wants to go
away,
with.
bro. Enjoy all that money and success that you claim that people are so mad about you over. Shut up. Quit trying to talk to us. Get out the fucking way. You don't agree? Again, just like we said about Jonathan Isaacs. You don't agree? Fine. You're entitled to your opinion.
Just keep it to yourself.
Move. I don't want to hear you up here in front of cameras validating people's worst thoughts about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your bad opinion, bro. I don't. Keep it to yourself. Keep it in your close-knit circle of people who aren't mad at your tremendous success.
Keep it in your house. Off camera, off mic, fam.
One of my coworkers was at work looking at pictures of his wife, and I didn't realize what she was looking at right away.
That's some sick ass shit. Now we know what was coming.
I legitimately thought she was looking at pictures of Anderson Cooper from like a little bit away.
Whoa. You know, she's very light skinned. She's very light skinned. Don't she have white hair?
I would say the shortcut white hair.
She looks like she asks for the manager.
Like, I didn't want to say that, but she kind of looks like Anderson Cooper from far away.
He's just so detached. And like when you continue to double and triple up on this shit, it's telling me that you're not getting it. You're not getting it. First of all, this shit wouldn't even make you all that mad if you didn't feel like there was some validity to it. It wouldn't have gone this far. You wouldn't still be going back and forth with people.
Right.
Like, who cares what D.L. Hughley says? Who cares what Charlamagne says? Who cares what people are calling you and talking about you as if you don't believe it?
The truth hurts.
Who cares?
Facts.
You have tremendous success. You made it out of Flint, Michigan, right? Everybody's mad.
Flint still ain't got no water, nigga. You talking all of this? Give Flint some damn water.
Put some energy towards the water.
They don't like me because I made it out of Flint, Michigan, and I'm a huge success, and I'm a good black, and the white people like me, so they're just jealous. They're mad because I get to spend extra time in the house, and they're out in the fields.
I'm a good nigga.
That Terry Crews sounds like Trump.
Gave him a hard ER.
Yeah.
Gave him a hard ER. But yeah, no, definitely an L to Terry Crews for that one, boy. You can keep that coon shit to yourself. I won't be using it.
Keep that in the tub. Keep it in your drafts.
I won't be using it.
Control one's own negativity. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even see how that makes sense. But anyway, go ahead.
Next L is going out to Republican Senator Tom Cotton out of Arkansas.
Arkansas.
He recently came out in opposition to the New York Times podcast, the 1619 Project. It goes in and does a deep dive into how the institutions that we have today in our country, the economic structures, and a lot of, what we have in place in our country today was built on slavery. And of course, why wouldn't it have a bunch of white people upset? But Mr. Cotton went as far as to call it divisive, right? The New York Times podcast 1619 Project is basically propaganda. It's leftist propaganda, right? And to be teaching based off of those information that was given in the 1619 Project is divisive. So I'm gonna read his quote. "We have to study the history of slavery and its role and impact in the development of our country, because otherwise we can't understand our country. As the founding fathers said, it was a necessary evil upon which the Union was built. But the Union was built in a way, as Lincoln said, to put slavery on a course to its ultimate extinction." So just so I'm understanding him correctly, teaching about institutional racism and how that connects all the way back to the days of slavery when this country was still being built is divisive. But teaching slavery and communicating it as a necessary evil for America to be great is not divisive at all.
What about slavery was necessary?
Dog, what is wrong with these white people?
Nigga's last name was Cotton, fam. Let's be for real here. I'm gonna be that dickhead again this week. His last name is Cotton. What do you really expect from a nigga last name Cotton, fam?
Like, I feel like
Control one's own negativity.
Yeah, there you go.
Tom Cotton, JW, and Terry Crews all met up at the golf club and was like, "Hey y'all, we about to go fuck shit up this week. We about to go
Keep this
fuck
bullshit
shit
Wednesday.
up.
You say your shit on the podcast, and nigga, when you get on Instagram Live, just
We gonna set the country on fire this week. They ain't gonna know what hit them."
Mad
Terrible hot takes.
Because what? Like, okay, so I get it because politicians are mostly performative anyway. So it's just a ploy. It's a dog whistle to all of his conservative constituents, right? But then, like, we're at a point now where, like, it's not even tactful. They're not even saying it in a skillful way. A lot of these niggas sound like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens. Like, you sound like YouTubers up there talking about this shit, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. This shit is come on, man. Come on, man. So teaching people the realities of slavery is divisive, but you can get up there and say that it was a necessary evil. Slavery was a necessary evil.
Cut it out.
And then it really speaks to our situation today, because if you ever peeked on the 1619 Project, it talks about the abolishment of slavery and how it actually allowed for slavery to continue only under the guise of imprisonment. And so now, dealing with mass incarceration, the things like the drug laws, 3-strike rules, and stuff like that, packing our prisons with free slave labor, essentially. So now, if we begin to learn more about how the act of slavery was institutionalized in our system, maybe it starts to awaken people to the modern day slavery that we already have. And obviously we don't want that, right? Because private prisons are very, very popular, they're very profitable, so why would we want to, stop modern day slavery?
Yeah.
Took us 150 years plus 400 years plus another 150 years of Jim Crow, so why would we want to just do away with the slavery we were left over with? They've taken so much from us. Mr. Cotton definitely getting an L for that. Let's move on to some happier news. I'm giving a dub to State Senator Nina Turner.
Okay.
Miss Turner.
Yeah, Miss Turner definitely gave some sobering thoughts about voting for Mr. Joe Biden. In a recent interview, she compared voting for Biden to eating a half bowl of shit. Saying the quiet part out loud for millions of people around this country. Voting for Biden is like eating a half bowl of shit. So, like, realizing that she probably ditched any chances of being a VP, which I thought they were slim to none anyways.
For sure.
She wasn't worried about that at this point.
Yeah, she definitely wasn't worried about that. But I'm glad she said that quiet part out loud. Because you don't hear many voices echoing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? In mainstream media. So definitely appreciate you for telling the truth.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it honest. Like, if we gotta vote Biden, it's because we don't want to eat the whole bowl.
Yep. 1000%.
Last thing I wanted to talk about, because it's kind of a touchy subject. I didn't really know how I wanted to address it, so I'll just toss it to the group as a toss-up.
Okay.
So this past week, we had the passing of former presidential Republican candidate Herman Cain due to coronavirus.
Yeah.
And so I wanted this, initially, my initial thought was, of course, RIP. You never want anybody to go that way in this pandemic. A lot of people have been lost. It's been over 150,000 deaths. So a lot of loved ones have been lost in that. And I know Herman Cain has a lot of loved ones that are very deeply saddened, and, keep them in our prayers, definitely, regardless of how we felt about the man politically.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot get over the fact that a little over 2 weeks ago, this man was at a Trump rally. Barefaced with an entire section of people.
Mm-hmm.
And Herman Cain was a cancer survivor. So he was already at risk if he were to catch coronavirus of it being fatal.
Completely responsible.
He already has a weaker immune system. And it's like, I felt like he was used as like a political because at that time they were still kind of like, well, why is Trump even having rallies anyways during this pandemic? Like,
right.
What is going on? And so to see him out there knowing he's a cancer survivor with no mask on, like, is it really that important? Like, are politics that important that you would risk your life for Donald Trump?
Was he a willing sacrifice?
I don't know how to. Cause I want to be sensitive to the situation.
So do I, and I know that sounds kind of disrespectful,
but seriously, you willingly went out there without a mask and sat in a crowd of people during a pandemic.
Shortly after the news of Herman Cain passing, Donald Trump tweeted some weird tweet about another CEO of like a pizza company, and like was like bigging him up. It was just real weird, like the timing of it, because it's like Herman Cain came to prominence as CEO of, was it Godfather's Pizza?
Oh yeah.
And so it was just like real weird that he tweeted that like right around the time that everything came out about Herman Cain.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that has anything to do with.
I don't know, man. I just because I mean, what kind of a response are we going to expect from Trump? Oh my God, I'm so sorry that I made you go out there with a mask to be a political prop and you died.
Or at least something about him.
Like even if he, because I mean, we're not doctors, we have no idea when he actually contracted it. But even if he contracted it before, that means he had coronavirus and he was out there without a mask at the rally.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's irresponsible, fam.
How far are we willing to push this stuff for political gain? Like, he literally risked and lost his life to support Donald Trump. To show support for Donald Trump. A man who probably isn't even going to show up at his funeral.
Right.
More than likely.
Like, I can't get over that, man. And it's making me try to defend a man that I don't want to defend, because I don't have any love for Herman Cain. But it's an unfortunate situation that he was asked to be a political prop and it cost him his life. Is what it seems like, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know, man. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up to see a black guy have to lose his life
to support
for optics.
Yeah.
For optics. You are at risk, man. Put a fucking mask on.
Stay your ass in the house.
Stay in the house. Tell that nigga to suck your dick. He didn't give you no he didn't give you no cabinet position.
Nothing.
You don't even work for the White House. You owe him absolutely nothing. You owe him nothing. let alone your life.
Didn't even acknowledge the untimely passing.
Passing of them. Like, that's madness, man. That's absolutely crazy.
Agreed. That's it.
Yeah, it's up to you.
First dub comes with a question. Would you ever wish your ex-wife's new husband a happy birthday publicly? So
no, and I feel like I know where you're going with this.
Let's just say, you had a, relationship, marriage, and, you had kids, whatever, go through divorce. She gets remarried. Would you ever wish that man a happy birthday?
Probably not.
No?
Fuck that nigga.
No, probably not.
Nah.
Big dub to Lisa Bonet.
I'll say shout out to my
Because
nigga
Lenny
Lenny.
Kravitz.
No, big dub to Lenny.
No,
being
big
a
up
big
to
guy. Yeah.
For Lisa, listen. Go ahead. Say what you're saying.
Big dub to Lisa Bonet. She
Lisa
must have
Bonet.
that. Lisa Bonet must have that.
Lisa Pimpin' Bonet.
Twitty twat twat twat.
Lenny Kravitz decided to wish Jason Momoa a happy birthday.
These
on
niggas is
Instagram.
posing in pictures together.
Posing in pictures together, yeah.
Bro, what?
Lisa Bonet must have that.
Yo, Lisa Bonet got that water.
You know what I mean? So huge dub to her. I hope she's enjoying her best life.
Bro, I cannot fathom.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. But
You know who?
They got a grown ass daughter together. What in the world? But you know what? Maybe that's why. Maybe it's like they're so far past that their marriage now that
Nigga, no. No. We not going to look at that. No. Fuck no.
oh
No.
shit, man.
Hell, nigga. Shout out Kiki Wyatt, my nigga.
what she do?
On her 11th kid.
Oh, Jesus.
Yikes.
If we shouting women's out for their special superpowers,
There, 11 is.
Oh, it
crazy.
is ruined.
she just had 10.
It's ruined. 11?
And how she ain't ruined, nigga.
How did you keep getting?
Cheaper by the dozen out here.
Again, respectively.
Oh my God.
Respectfully.
John and Kiki plus 12, 11.
My bad.
It's all good. Big dub to Netflix, who recently acquired shows like Sister Sister,
What?
Alicia, Girlfriends,
The Parkers.
The Parkers, One-on-One, I think.
Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. Y'all not gonna pay Monique, but then y'all gonna acquire the Parkers. That is nasty.
Oh,
That is nasty.
Isn't that crazy though?
That is
Oh, I
nasty.
didn't even think of that.
Fam,
That's
I wonder if that's part of the
crazy.
lawsuit though. What if that's
Oh
part of the
my
lawsuit?
You
God.
think she finessed the?
I feel like she finessed that suit, fam. Bet you're not gonna give me my full whatever. Take my show, put it on your streaming
And
platform.
now you gotta pay me my royals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Chestnut checkers.
But is that gonna equal the bag
No.
that she was looking to get from the comedy special?
It won't. But
Yeah.
it's still a play, my nigga. That's still a chess move.
And if the Parkers does well, then maybe we can have a conversation about
With a reboot?
a stand-up special.
Oh, stand-up special.
Yeah.
But they know what the Parkers is going to do. Otherwise, they wouldn't have acquired it. If they didn't already have an idea of what they were going to be able to get back from the Parkers, they wouldn't have acquired it. They know exactly what it's going to do.
Yeah, for sure.
So
it's gonna do numbers. especially
that's
in the first
kind of nasty to
month or
me.
two.
Because the whole argument was that Monique didn't have the stature to carry a special worth what she was asking for.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you gonna go up here and you gonna get the Parkers on your.
You
on
gonna
your
buy my shit now?
No, fuck that. I ain't even watching it on Netflix. I'm gonna watch it on Fuse. That's what I've been watching it on.
That's crazy. On to my L's. I gotta give an L out to Major League Baseball because they are having the worst time with coronavirus right now.
MLB.
But dub to the NBA because they figured it out. They figured it out and they have no.
I think the difference though between the NBA, it's a few things. Number one, the NBA was fortunate that they were at the end of their season, so they only had to take so many teams to put them in a bubble.
Sure.
Secondly, they were lucky enough to find or get Disney World committed to having them before their state imploded with coronavirus cases. So it's going to be kind of hard to find another large campus-like venue to put 30 major league teams in a bubble in now that the coronavirus cases are spiking. Because who's going to take them in?
That's true.
Like, who are you going to be able to do that?
Tried to figure it out early on into the season, before the season.
Well, I mean,
Disney
I
has
think
a baseball diamond.
the fact that they were just allowing their players to come and go was
that was the problem.
It voted bad for them. Yeah,
niggas were still traveling.
Like, how are they not going to catch it? You thought that they were just going to be immune? Like, I didn't understand how they thought they were going to go.
Shout out Evan Silver, man.
Yeah,
that's why I meant to give another dub to, because he gets it.
He figured out a way to do it.
Yeah,
he figured out a way to do it.
I was watching clips of a WNBA game. They got Breonna Taylor like on the jersey.
For everybody, all the females got.
Well, damn, the NBA should do that too. But I mean, I guess it makes sense that it's a woman. So WNBA is.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the idea of putting her name on the jerseys. Her origin was fluid. Not just because I felt like the whole thing, even the kneeling of it is kind of performative, right? Like I get it. It's the only thing that y'all are able to do. Mm-hmm. This is what y'all negotiated between the Players Association and the owners, the NBA owners. This is what y'all negotiated. But like, I don't want Breonna Taylor to become any more of a meme than she already is.
Fair.
But if you want to do something, then find a way to push for that Uncle Tom of a prosecutor in Kentucky to arrest them cops.
Fair enough.
Do something real. Because NBA players wearing Breonna Taylor on the back of their jersey is not going to weigh on his mind. Putting some sort of political pressure on him in Kentucky is.
But at least keeping the name out there doesn't do.
Yeah, we got that. That's for us to do. That's for social media to do. That's on us.
Trending after a while.
That's fine. Again, that is on us. That is what we can do as normal individuals. I don't have $1 million to go hire a lawyer. I don't have $1 million to go run negative ads about the prosecutor in Kentucky. The NBA does. Yeah. The NFL does. The NHL does. The MLB does. Mm-hmm. You have the resources to put political pressure on that man to make him make a decision.
That's right.
Do that instead of being performative. Do that instead of trying to send the message to millions at home that, we believe you, we stand with you. If you stand with us, then do something. Mm-hmm. Use your power.
For sure.
Respect.
That makes sense. My last L goes out to white privilege. So, so Aunt Becky had to sell her multi-million-dollar home after pleading guilty. I just think it's funny. She deserves it.
Yeah, boo fucking who? I don't.
She used her white privilege to get her daughter into college, even though her daughter was a fuck up.
So what she did? She had to pay some money back to the university or something.
So because of that, she had to sell her multi-million-dollar home because she probably didn't have enough money to pay whatever
the fine was.
Oh,
right, yeah, Mom.
I'm so sad about that.
I'm not sad at all.
We have to move to our second beach house in Santa Monica. So
poor you.
We really went through it.
Yeah.
I don't get down.
Oh well. Anyway, so any other thoughts? Any other dubs, L's?
Not that I can think of.
It's good for me.
Yeah. Well, with that being said,
we can't arrest those cops that murdered Breonna Taylor though.
Facts.
We can definitely do that anytime now, any day.
Right now would be good.
Yeah.
With that being said,
now would be a perfect time.
For sure, absolutely. With that being said, song of the week is a man who's on his hustle, by the way. That man was on his hustle getting that email to us that quick. You said you talked to him.
Damn the man. Nigga, I was
talked to him.
Mid-conversation, he asked for the information, was like, bet.
And then followed us on Instagram.
Fam, literally within like minutes of each other, because we were still talking about something completely different. He's like, sidebar, what's the info for this? And then he's like, all right, fam. I was like, all right, I will. And he was there. Shout out to you, bro.
Man, that's how you get on the pod, man. Use your networking skills.
I'm not mad at it.
Ocean Views by DamannThaLegend. We out.
Poet got that sauce, ho.
Say what they
Penthouse rooftop with an ocean view. Oceanside with your boo, yeah, I'm on the move. Ooh, I gotta get it. Ooh, I'm gonna get it. Penthouse rooftop with an ocean view. In my bag, yeah, they mad, don't know what to do. Ooh, I gotta get it. Ooh, I'm gonna get it. Ooh, what's up? 100,000 to $1 million. Ooh, I don't know, but I'm gonna get it. They gon' hate you when you up, when they see you winning. Ooh, I'm a boss, cause I'm on my business. Penthouse, top floor, looking at the view. Down bad with no help, still ain't no excuse. How they hate it when you up, but love it when you lose. I done came up from the ground, got mud all on my shoes. Others thinking that I'm wrong. I got your bitch, she in the thong. Emotions out, I'm in my zone. Fuck your love, my heart is chrome. Ooh, millions on my phone. Ooh, bet she ride along. Penthouse rooftop with a ocean view. Oceanside with your boo, yeah, I'm on the move. Ooh, I gotta get it. Ooh, I'm gonna get it. Penthouse rooftop with a ocean view. In my bag, yeah, they mad, don't know what to do.
Take me to Miami and then Boca Raton. He know I got expensive taste, so he could Vinci my own. He put that pussy on a pedestal and I fuck him hard. And when the sun be coming up, go back to Ritz-Carlton. Feel like Kardashian, all these bags. And we stepping out, easy brand. Don't you remember with our toes in the sand? Talking how about one day we gonna be living like them. Don't fuck with Kelly, but I sure paid the price. My body frozen, can't afford all this ice. Don't gotta wait no more to get what's mine. Look at me now, break your neck, hit a high, Busta Rhymes.
Penthouse rooftop with an ocean view. Oceanside with your boo, yeah, I'm on the move.